Hello, my dear Gemini. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. We'll be doing a three portals reading for your situationship. Three iterations, three portals in which you can jump into and pull to find any resonance. And from this resonance, construct a type of instrumental vision or perhaps a manifestation mode for you to essentially work out a new iteration of your flow in December in terms of love and situationships. Okay, I already shuffled the cards and I got into a reading. I'm working with the 1983 deck, Cartomanzia Italiana, very rare deck, very beautiful and stunning lithography. And I'm gonna go ahead and just pull from the flow that I already had. So the portal is open already. It's been open. Um, okay, so firstly, what strikes me is that essentially there's a type of justice here, geostesia. There's a type of justice here in which you're balancing out forces. This is air energy. This is your energy as well as you could be dealing with a Libra. It doesn't have to be so, but the energy talks to me of justice and equilibrium in some sort of way. It's deep justice as well, karmic justice, some sort of action that needs to be put into play. Okay. This justice has to do with a type of tower moment, okay? The tower is in reverse right now for you in December, meaning that you're able to avoid catastrophe. But there still was some sort of deep seated restructuring of a type of, or deconstruction, or through destruction, some sort of creation of something new. Some sort of foundation happened in the past that toppled. And this may be because of divine intervention of some sort. Certainly, with justice here, this is yes, divine intervention, but only through the flow of karma, through the flow of actions that need to be sort of set into retribution. Okay, so already we have a theme of retribution for you, Gemini number one, and there certainly is some sort of Two of Cups energy here. Great love, or wrapping of energy, soulmate energy, the ability to bring to the table communion that is not through the lover's energy, but through the Two of Cups energy, which is like emotional intimacy as well as deep connection, soul connection. Okay. You're dealing with someone here also who has on their mind moving forward with Cancer's card here, the Charioteer, or the card of Hermes, essentially moving forward and being empowered in a certain way. Look at that austere sort of movement there. It's very cardinal, la carrozza. Dispute, so there's some sort of like dispute here. This person who may be coming back into your life, I see it as them using the world's energy in reverse, being able to jump back into a portal and making things non-fixed in a way. Usually with the world and the upright, it's fixed, but then if you flip it, it becomes mutable, which is, essentially the opposite of being fixed. It's the ability to be changeable. This person is changing their mind when it comes to a love connection with you, and they're trying to execute some sort of retribution. However, because the tower is in reverse, I think there's transformation on the cards. And yeah, so they're moving forward. And there's also what came up for you, the two cards here. One is Pisces here with La Papesa. The High Priestess, La Donna Che Consulta. This is the consultant, someone you go to, and they usually hold the secrets. And definitely, it speaks of a secret here of a portal jumping, or perhaps a need for some sort of transformation through death. Perhaps an ending happened between you and this person. Someone is trying to resurrect something when it comes to the Ten of Cups energy, some sort of deep, long-term commitment, okay? However, there also is the energy of the Ten of Rods here. So once again, the cycle comes in. This time, not the Ten of Cups, but the Ten of Rods. There's a lot of passions that have died out. There's a burnout between you and this person, and perhaps someone was trying to set down already the troubles and the burdens of the past. But now it's being reversed. So someone is returning back to the burdens, and they're trying to relive this cycle in a certain way, even though there's been a burnout. They might be doing this for a number of reasons, primarily because there wasn't any teamwork here with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, as well as there was a great deal of confusion. This person you were dealing with, Gemini, was terribly confused and had a lot of options, was dealing with a number of things that did not have to do with you, okay? This is the quandary of modern love. However, you're coming into power, Gemini, here. You're manifesting whatever you want, and perhaps you're manifesting this person back into your life in order to sort of take that latent retrograde energy and to find some sort of healing here with the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Rods in reverse. This is deep healing. This is philosophical healing. This is the Wounded Warrior in reverse. So the ability to take extra valor, and even though you're burnt out in a certain way, to use that extra juice to move forward in a certain way. Okay, what you're moving forward towards is an apology that is veiled in some sort of red robe. Meaning that the cup is covered. So it's like a sort of apology that is not entirely sincere, however, celebrated in some way because you're done waiting. And not only are you bringing an apology, you're bringing some form of slow commitment towards this person, some sort of recommittal energy. But this person has been very much in a hanged man mode with la peso. So this is circumspection. This is the ability to think as well as to sort of go into some sort of meditation to find some sort of truth. What this person found in hangman mode was indecision, essentially, with the Seven of Rods here in reverse. So it talks to me of the conflict and the walls that were built around a situation, as well as the adversities towards this. Not this person wants to, after going in hangman mode, wants to find some sort of heroism, some sort of heroic move, but they're held back because there's too much adversity. Okay, but this is a deep connection between you and this person. Lots of past, lots of nostalgia. But someone is feeling weak. Perhaps both of you are feeling weakened by this connection. And therefore, there might not be a total new beginning here. There is a resurrection of the past, some sort of walking through the major arcana once again with this person. This is a karmic cycle. Also, this will lead to a type of jaded feeling with the sun in reverse, as well as you might not be listening to your intuition with La Dama di Spada, the Queen of Swords in reverse. The intuition is usually on fire, but your logic will be surrendered in a certain way. Or perhaps you might be really pissed off and decide to cut off this person. This is your energy, of course, Gemini with the Swords energy, air quality. Essentially, I think both of you will share this energy of the Il Re de Bastoni, the King of Batons. The King of Rods here. So a great amount of fire energy will exist between you and this person, and perhaps there might be a rekindling of sorts. But this comes at a cost because already you and this person has gone through some sort of Seven of Swords energy, or rather Six of Swords energy. So you've left the past behind in order to find healing. Okay, so this can point to a type of peace, but then with the fire energy there, it could also indicate a type of war. Okay, but I think essentially new cycles of the rod's energy will be squelched in a certain way. There won't be any new beginnings, but there might be some sort of reiterations, like I said. With the ten of rods also in the past in reverse. So it seems like there's certainly generally a burnout, and if you love this person, you love them out of obligation, and there's something about the passions that exist between you two are no longer, because there's some sort of healing that still needs to be done. Okay, someone is hurt. Someone is going through a lot of plight. I think it's this person that you're dealing with. They are trying to heal by pouring out emotional attachments, okay, into the earth. Also, there's a shooting star up there, as well as a pentacle, as well as Mercury and the moon. Okay, this person is thinking a lot and trying to surrender a lot of emotions. They're running away from their emotions, but they're healing at the same time, which is good. But because of this, the connection between you two might saturate in a certain way. Yeah, and it speaks to me of essentially some sort of singlehood here with the Nine of Pentacles. You guys storing up your resources and holding them back. Okay. To close off this reading, for the first iteration is also the Wheel of Fortune, where it's just bad timing, and I think this person and perhaps you has gone to take the path of eremita, which is the hermit eremita. So going out into the wilderness to find your truth, your higher sort of philosophy. All right, I'm gonna pause it here. Okay. Gemini, so I've already opened up the second portal. And what we're dealing with here, what you may be dealing with here, is very much intense. The energies that are striking me are the energies of Aries as well as Cancer, okay? Water and fire, and these are both very cardinal signs, okay? We have Mars here as well as we have the moon. So there's like some sort of conjunction there where there is an equal disempowerment, okay? Some sort of challenge here with this third iteration. Could be dealing with a Cancer, however, there is a lot of pent up energy here, okay? Pent up emotional energy. There's a holdback. And this is sort of leading to the disempowerment that I've been speaking of here with the Emperor in reverse, okay? Um, so essentially, what this holdback, this holdback is with with the Chariot card in reverse. There's a holdback that has to do with someone who is sort of in solitude, and they're processing a lot of emotional energies. They don't know how to do this, and it's making them really blind in a certain way. They have no vision. You are willing to invest into this situation that is not moving forward. However, you're doing so in a very logical and practical way, and you're trying to look at it to benefit all parties as well as to see it as an act of service in a certain way. Okay. Now, this is a huge burden for you because you've been sort of waiting, and there's a lot of energy in you that needs to be expressed, as well as for them, there's a lot of energy that needs to be expressed when it comes to the burden of this relationship. There seems to be a burnout or something with the Ten of Rods. This burnout is pointing to a lack of justice, a lack of balance, and perhaps the extremely karmic nature and toxic nature of this relationship, this sort of slow movement. This person is stagnant as hell. And I think this is an extension of the first iteration, as well as there is some sort of commitment here that you've already had with this person, some sort of deep commitment that is no longer being celebrated because you both are on the path of healing inside of that Eight of Swords or that Nine of Swords energy, Eight of Swords energy definitely. So through solitude and through sobriety, there's some sort of emotional sort of alchemy that has to do with this energy. And once this happens, then will there be some sort of loving, earthy, or rather watery energy, motherly energy that comes from Cancer, okay, from the Charioteer in reverse, that will be essentially successful for you in a certain way, but it's only through the conversion and the communication of Two of Cups energy, okay, with temperance and through patience. But I'm not sure if you have a lot of patience for this person because of essentially this card that came up for you, the Emperor card in the reverse. It talks to me about wild passions and being out of control, not being the wisest of sort of decision making prowess. Disempowerment in a certain way. There's disempowerment, and if you do take the path of the Fool, it may be truly foolish because not only is there the Emperor in reverse, but there is the Knight, the King of Rods in reverse. So essentially, there is wild passions that burn out in a certain way. This is like flare-ups. Okay, so like the inability to control impulsive acts will occur, and then this will trigger essentially the Queen of Spades energy, the Queen of Swords energy, which is a very vicious energy. Okay, very intense and very much hostile. Okay, protective of intuition, protective of the heart space. Okay, so there's going to be impulsive actions because of this pent up energy, and then flare ups, and then probably a lot of good sex, but then only momentary sex, casual sex. But this is leading to a type of decision. The decision is pointing to realizing that this this nostalgia is now getting over. There's like a period that is sort of ending, or perhaps there still is a connection between you and this person, but it's sort of gone south in a certain way. And when this happens, you are going to take the Knight of Spades energy, the Knight of Swords, and move forward towards some sort of new beginning when it comes to your passions. No longer dealing with that Ten of Rods energy, and then you will go behind and go under cover of night to execute some sort of new, lovely meandering, and perhaps communicate with a lot of different other people, friends, family, and other lovers potentially, which is not a bad thing. There's also here the sort of realization that the sort of commitment that you are searching for, in a way, Gemini, is not entirely celebrated. There's something here about the Ten of Pentacles as well as the Ten of Cups in reverse that is not entirely gratifying, as well as here some sort of sense of regret, or not regret, but rejection. Some sort of rejection here, but you've been processing, and this person has been processing as well, as great heartache from the past, perhaps anywhere from maybe 3 months ago to 4 months ago. Some sort of great heartache has been between you two, and there's also a very intense tower moment that indicates why this Three of Swords happened, some sort of fallout between you two. But overall, I think if you do move on or move back to this person, there will be some sort of clarity after you've done some sort of searching. If you have, I would recommend you tell them the truth with other people, with which you may have, sort of done, because essentially here the high priestess is in reverse. She will know and she will tell, with the high priestess in reverse. So Scorpio energy here, as well as Pisces energy, but more Scorpio, because if it's in reverse, she's telling the deep secrets of the 8th house as well as the 12th house with Pisces. And what it essentially is showing is that someone is no longer willing to be sort of emotionally held back. They're going to share, and then there will be some sort of teamwork with someone who has been essentially coming out of the cold and out of some sort of spiritual quest, in order to purge this connection you two share with Capricorn energy here, the devil energy. So purgation, and then finally we'll have that sort of romantic sort of pairing here. After purgation comes the King and Queen of Cups energy. Okay, some sort of deep connection between you and this person. All right, that's the end of the iteration. Gemini 3, this is the third portal. I'm gonna go ahead and clear the energy of the deck and then get to your reading. Okay. Some sort of judgment from the past, some sort of resurrection of emotional commitments being not celebrated. There needs to be healing with this connection, something from the past. Right. Cards are ready. Portal is open. Okay, once again, Gemini, this is, oh God, this is the third iteration. And there is something that you've committed and you've been trying to be of service to, some sort of commitment, that's making you feel disempowered in a certain way, with the Magician in reverse. Something is called, there's like an analytical quality to this. You've been thinking about something, some sort of commitment, and each time you think about it, you lose your manifestation powers. It's like you're thinking negatively of something. With the King of Pentacles, I think there's a negative energy. However, it's very gracious in a certain way. This has to do with, like iteration number 2, someone who is blocked psychologically. There's like there's some sort of critical aspect of either you or this person. I think you guys are mirroring some sort of dual criticism that is weighing heavily on this connection. Okay, it's not helping. However, there's also a need for someone through this stance of solitude and through the stance of critical thinking to find some sort of strength. Okay, so it could be that you are having a lot of intimate moments with this person, perhaps sexual moments with this person, and it may seem that you or this person, Gemini, is thinking too much about this connection, and but at the same time, this is empowering you. I think the sex may be good. Yeah, and also the Queen of Cups is here, so there's a lot of love. Not only that, there's not only physical gratification as well as the ability to see this person's demons and be sort of like into them, that dark side of them. There's also an emotional connection here, an emotional connection that does not involve any higher truth, as well as an emotional connection that exists even though people are feeling left out in the cold or on some sort of spiritual path. There is healing here, and it requires a lot of time and grace, as well as the sun's energy, some sort of higher elevation. Okay, this is Sagittarius energy, the ability to convert something in order to find some sort of structure, a foundation that has been established between you two. Iteration number three also talks to me of slow movement towards romance. Okay, so we have the Knight and the Queen of Cups here, essentially talking to me of a deep, profound emotional connection, as well as a foundation of passion, as well as not only a foundation but also conflict within this passion about the foundation. So you guys are overthinking this too much and then creating this Queen of Swords energy. This is dual energy in which both of you become extremely critical on the situation, which is not entirely a good thing because once you embody this criticism, essentially you become wild and impulsive, and then you create situations in which you may give or take from them sexual favors that are not entirely for the highest good of the relationship. Okay, be careful of that. There's also the Six of Swords here, and it's in reverse. So revisiting some sort of calm waters or tumultuous waters of the past in order to find truth. Okay, some more criticism here, as well as sort of barriers and the need to be heroic in a certain way when it comes to this connection. A lot of impulsive actions here, as well as criticism. It's like you're thinking too much and you try to act, and then there's no balance in the equation. You have to have the patience in order to find the right timing to move forward with this individual. Once again, the pent up emotions with Cancer energy here, pent up emotions held back. Okay, leading to, because of this stagnancy, no offers and commitments, very, very, very stagnant energy on your side, as well as the need to feel like you have some sort of emotional truth. But then I think this is all fallacy in terms of what you think you want from this person. I think you're projecting or perhaps casting too much or expecting too much from them. And you have to be careful of this energy. Rein it in, and then see that your patience may pay off and then lead to growth. But I think there's a holdback in terms of growth with this relationship with the Empress in reverse here. However, you're coming into some sort of higher consciousness, at least on a spiritual level. Also, here we have the twins on the bottom. That is your sign there, Gemini, as well as Leo energy, the ability to find some sort of strength and like higher energy, higher consciousness. You will be standing in your truth eventually, and there will be a secret truth that has to do with someone who has been waiting for you for quite some time. They still have a lot of passion for you. They've had to go through hangman mode, and after coming out of it, they realize they no longer want to be single. Okay, when it comes to a great, ooh, something from the past back in the present. Somebody stepped away from this. I think it was both of you stepped away from the emotional connection in order to come back to it. There's always a comeback, there's always a snapback with the Eight of Cups energy. There's a choice that is leading to a type of apology that is not really sort of full. The apology is half-assed, okay? Um, yeah, leading to this next energy here, the card of manipulation in a way. Be careful if this person is apologizing in a certain way or you to them. There may not be complete truth in it. Okay. Notice that it seems like any sort of like past regrets are being transcended, which is good. But this situation is essentially an act of judgment, some sort of resurrection from the past. You or them are being resurrected in a certain way to find this connection once again with the Ten of Cups energy. Once again, the great Ouroboros comes in, the snake eating its own tail here, and the fixity of Taurus as well as other signs are here, Scorpio as well as Leo. Okay, this talks to me of a cycle that is recycling, or perhaps is about to close. That may lead to a type of happiness here, but once again, there needs to be rest as well as some sort of processing of the mind in order to find teamwork with this person. All right, make clear boundaries. I think people will be overstepping their boundaries in this third iteration. I will give you advice. Okay, Gemini, so those were three portals, three iterations. They're all now closed. Take what you will from them and use them to the best of your benefit. Um, and I will be doing, as a closer, pulling from the Ivan Bilibin deck to see what this person who may be coming out from the past, what they think of you, okay? Ivan Bilibin deck, 1885. Advice for Gemini, what this person thinks. Yeah. How this person sees Gemini, what they think, how they feel. One more card. Alright, that was a lot of cards. Interesting. Wow. Okay, they seem to be undecided about something, about a path that has to be done, something from the past, as well as the great lineage between you two. There's something that they fear, something that they also relish, and there's also some sort of manifestation happening here. Yeah, also, there's an escapist quality here. Oh, Lord. This person is confused as hell, okay? They stand at the crossroads with number 22 card here. A crossroads of stability, a crossroads of teamwork on different levels. They could be dealing with another person, I'm not sure. However, this talks to me of the ability to just wait it out and to read it out. Some sort of soul contract between you and this person is at a crossroads after a great deal of fighting, as well as quarrel, as well as death cycles. They're looking at this tablet, and the tablet is telling them that there's a choice to be made. Okay, with 2 and 2 energies here, as well as 4, some sort of structured choice that they have to make in their life. This has to do again with something that has to do with lineage. Okay, their roots with you are there, but they're very much confused about this, and they're trying to figure out with manifestation through the cat's energy there, how to go about this situation. And there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of randomness with the wild sort of, as you can see, the wild sort of possibilities on the top side. A lot can happen, and that's what scares them in a certain way. So they have fear for this connection. They also have an understanding that there's a deep connection between you two, that is based on children, that is based on teaching, as well as potentialities when it comes to children, that energy. There's a connection here that's very deep, very Six of Cups energy here. However, it's in the reverse. So somehow they fear something about lineage, about children, and about making this choice with you or without you in order to find the soul contract in their own higher purpose. So it's an existential crisis that has to do with fatality, mortality, as well as growth, as well as children and child rearing, okay? Childbirth in a way, or birth of a type. This is about family. This is about lineage. This is about contracts and bloodline, okay? Very deep. This person is running away though. They're running away in a certain way. We have here the ship. We have here, as well as the ship, we have the herald. And we have this energy here, which is the lilies, okay? So the lilies is essentially the ability to grow in very swampy and murky places, the ability to be beautiful in the face of ugliness, in the face of a swamp, okay? And what they're calling for, this person, whoever is blowing the horn, some sort of higher mm, um, calling in life is calling them, and it's forcing them into the three energy here, travel, as well as sort of the Six of Swords energy, escapism, okay? So they're running away from being beautiful with you in the face of adversity, in the face of living in a swamp, okay? Becoming beautiful like a lily, finding peace. It's like they're finding peace elsewhere, but they still know that there's ability to make peace with you. But something is calling them and forcing them into perspective change. Something is calling them and telling them to make a choice about something. All right. And that is where I'm going to leave it. All right, Gemini, I really do appreciate once again Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you mid month of December. Ciao.